Hello, welcome to another edition of the Pace Report. I'm Brian, Pace reporting live here at the Soapbox Gallery here in downtown Brooklyn. Tonight, vocalist Lauren Henderson is performing music from her current CD, Musa, which is now available on iTunes, Amazon.com, as well as CD Baby. Now, over the last decade, Lauren has taken the bull by the horns and not only has toured independently, globally, and built her name as a vocalist, but she's also started her own record label, which is called Brontosaurus Records. Now, the purpose of the record label is, one, she handles the business aspects from behind the scenes, but she's also at a stage where she can also record and groom other artists under the banner as well. Tonight we sit down and we talk about this current CD, we talk about the record label, we also talk about how important it is for her to understand the different aspects of all the songs from not just the American songbook, but songs from Brazil as well as Germany, Russia, you name it. Also, we sit down and we reflect on her relationship and partnership with pianist as well as accompanist Sullivan Fortner. So sit back, relax, and enjoy highlights of Miss Lauren Henderson performing music from her current CD, Musa, live here at the Soapbox Gallery here in downtown Brooklyn, here on the Pace Report. Explain.
Musa. It means muse in Spanish, and it's sort of a combination of everything that's near and dear to me musically and emotionally. So through the originals and the standards, I tried to incorporate everything that inspires me musically, especially through the pandemic period. That's when I put everything.
This is, what, your fifth record?
It's my sixth record.
And this is, your buddy Sullivan Fortner he's accompanying you again. Tell me about how this relationship works, because he's, accompanied Cecile. He's done quite a few vocalists, and I noticed that there is a different kind of sound when I hear this record.
Thank you. Sullivan and I have been friends for over a decade, and he's usually the first person I go to with my originals. So that's what I did for this record, and he's been on basically every single release that's come out. we sat down together. I wanted to incorporate jazz, flamenco, and Latin jazz in different ways. So I sat down with him, I sat down with Joe and Eric and explained the different rhythms and cultures that I wanted to pull from to put this release together. And Sullivan, as always, was instrumental in all of that.
Okay. I'm pretty sure with this pandemic that's been going on and you recording this, there's some songs that didn't make it. What makes you decide to record songs like this or revision songs like this? Because I noticed on this album there's some songs that I hadn't heard in quite a while.
Right. I really was thinking about all of the standards that resonated with me during the pandemic. And so the sweetest sounds, I Concentrate on You, those are standards that I grew up listening to. And I've always really wanted to record them, but I like to record music, especially that's not original, when the lyrics and the meaning of the song really mean something to me. And during this period, I could really connect with those standards, with the original music. I really drew from past experiences. We've had a lot of time to reflect during the pandemic, so I wanted to put them together and make sure that the lyrics not only represented what I was feeling as an artist, but also could tie in with the standards that I hold so near and dear and that are obvious influences. And I'm really pulling from all of my cultures, Afro-Latinx culture, African-American culture, Black American music, Spanish culture as well, and it's really nice to kind of have everything come together and do a nice fusion.
You know, this is what your second performance. Jimmy gave you a platform to perform tonight, and
yes.
You know, for the last 14 months, he's been on the front lines. A couple people have been trying to get the music out. And
absolutely.
how do you feel now? Because I mean, the last week I interviewed Jason Moran, and it was his first time performing, and this has to be kind of tumultuous for you because you have all this pent up energy. Now it's like, oh, how do you feel?
It's a roller coaster ride, if I'm honest with you. I woke up this morning feeling anxious and a little bit stressed out because it's interesting how quickly we get out of practice, just even making music with other people, especially improvisational music. But as soon as I saw the band and we were here, and Jimmy is so welcoming and really encourages artists to feel comfortable in the space and be true to themselves, I knew that it was the right setting, and I'm honestly so grateful that my second performance was here with such a nice, warm audience, because it's scary sometimes, and you know, I'm not ashamed to admit that sometimes I'm nervous or sometimes I doubt myself. I think we've had a lot of time during the pandemic to reflect on that, and just taking a moment to breathe and appreciate all of the people here who are really yearning for live music and wanting to have that experience again after so long.
Brontosaurus Records. I set this up in the piece. You know, you have taken a hold of your career, and during this manifestation of the pandemic, people of color had to look at the world for what it really was.
Absolutely.
And I'm very, very proud of the efforts that you're doing. One, owning your own label, and then two, giving back, making sure that other artists are nurtured, that you give them another platform to give that voice. Why do you think, and why did you decide to go ahead and do a Full Throttle now?
With the label, I started Brontosaurus Records because before becoming a full-time singer, I was working in production and music management in the entertainment industry, but on the other side of the camera. And I learned a lot about how to manage artists and what really enhances an artist's career, from social media to digital experience and all of those things. And after speaking with different labels, of course things have changed a lot during the pandemic, but I always want to protect artists because we may not have 401ks, we may not have all of these things to retire on, so at least we can own our intellectual property and have it appreciate over time or collect royalties. And I think it's very important for artists of all ethnicities and backgrounds, or however they identify, to really take that seriously and be sure that they have rights when they can, or the best setup they possibly can for their future, because it's something that we have to think about as well. So with Brontosaurus, I really wanted to be for the artists, by the artists, support artists, artists supporting each other, because sometimes we also have people who may not be able to empathize with what we go through as artists, and I think that's very important. It's hard for people to understand, you know, what goes on through the course of the day leading up to a performance, or the things that are necessary. And if someone's going to manage you properly, I think it's imperative that they have a very good understanding of that. So that's where Brontosaurus comes from.
And also the backstory of it too is your education. You decided to, well, let me ask you, getting your MBA and going all over the world studying business, did that also help with putting this together as well?
Absolutely. And if I may, I'll take the time to say, when I was getting my MBA, I spent about a month in Cape Town, South Africa, and I met a wonderful woman who really opened my eyes. My specific assignment was on hair salons in Cape Town and through different townships, and she took me all around, and we really connected on a number of levels. And unfortunately, she passed away yesterday, so I really want to make sure that her legacy goes on. Her name was Baba Mate, and I think it's really important that we appreciate all of the things that we have here and try to foster and support one another in every way we can, because obviously we're not all fortunate to have access to vaccines and other things like other people in the world. So this is for her, and she was very much an artist in a lot of ways, and she really supported music and live music, and I always remember her sending love from afar, from South Africa, and I want to be sure to continue that and spread the love that she shared with me.
But a rainy day, trying to get tired of tumultuous ways, set me swinging up as I can be. Felt on high, but with my dignity. When will pain give my soul a break? Slowly choking me to raise the stake. All the others with their lovely smiles, no stamina for this last mile. Don't hide, let my pride change the tide.
the importance of your role as a vocalist, leading the band. What are some of the things that you're implementing in your band, and what do you, because you've been doing this independently for a decade now, so there's some things, I bet, trial and error that have helped you become a better leader and making you a better band leader. What are some of the things that you're doing?
You know, I just keep my ears open. I feel so fortunate to play with people that I admire and respect to the highest degree. And I always want them to feel comfortable sharing their opinions, commenting on things that I share with them, because we're fortunate to be in a place in our careers where it's a safe space. They're like family to me as well. And I want to hear what they have to say, because I'm always learning on the bandstand. And depending on who you're working with, being able to be flexible and work differently with different people. We all have different learning styles and approaches. So I just try to be relaxed and flexible, and also clear and concise when I can be, because at times giving too much information is not necessary.
Lauren Henderson, what does jazz music mean to you?
Jazz music means culture, my roots, everything that I love, everything that helps me escape where I feel most free. I feel like I'm flying at times when I'm listening, and more than anything, I feel like it's my responsibility as an artist to reflect the times, as Nina Simone said, and to carry the torch of our culture and the beautiful music that we've created.
That'll do it again for another edition of the Pace Report, reporting live here at the Soapbox Gallery here in downtown Brooklyn. I'd like to personally thank the talented Lauren Henderson for her time. For more information, please visit her online at laurenhendersonmusic.com. You can order her latest CD, Musa, which is now available on iTunes, as well as Amazon.com and CD Baby. Also, I'd like to personally thank the talented Jimmy Greenfield for opening up his warm hospitality here at the Soapbox Gallery. For more upcoming showtimes and upcoming artist information, please visit the soapboxgallery.org. Also, people, he streams, people support this project as well as the Soapbox Gallery. People, like, share, and subscribe to my videos here on YouTube and Vimeo, as well as visit my social media web pages, thepacereport.com, as well as thepacereport.com for Facebook as well as Instagram. Until next time, remember, if it's in the groove, it'll make you move. Till next time, peace.